Peace and blessings, everyone. Peace and grand rising. I am Moon Goddess Ambrosia, the fifth force oracle of Moon Goddess and the Healing Arts. And I am also a member of Mimic, which is Melanated Immortals Making Evolutionary Changes, and a member of the Actual Proof Interfaith Club on Clubhouse. And I am also the facilitator or a facilitator and an assistant instructor for the Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment. And so I'm so excited to come on here to just share a little bit about Moon Goddess and the Healing Arts, as well as to introduce you all to the Law of Time, the 13 moon calendar, as well as the power of synchronicity. And all of these that I'm introducing to you, I have also incorporated within my life and integrated within my services that I offer through Moon Goddess and the Healing Arts. And so I've integrated these things to assist us and help guide us through the journey of self-remembrance to self-mastery, so that we can really tap into deeper, or I'll say tap into deeper awareness of what our purpose is, and bringing ourselves into undivided wholeness, or that's another way I like to describe healing, but bringing us into undivided wholeness as multidimensional beings, so that we can get our nervous system and our mind, body, and soul all in alignment, so that we can focus and evolve consciously, so that we can also tap into our purpose and really live on purpose. And so over the years, I have been able to tap into different knowledge, different wisdoms, and insights from my own personal experiences, as well as through multiple modalities and different teachings that has helped facilitate my self-discovery and self-healing journey. And it definitely has helped me to have more clarity about what my purpose is. As far as self-healing, I could go on and on. It's been a lot of stuff it has helped me with when it comes to self-healing. But one thing that I will say is that I've always been in tune with energy, and over time, I learned that I am a clairsentient being. So I actually feel energy a lot, and sometimes sometimes it has been challenging for me to express all that I was feeling, which, coming into this cosmology has helped me to not only understand it more, but also to see how it can be used to create different experiences, and to tap into the power of our synchronicity, or tap into the power of synchronicity. And I wanted to, introduce this cosmology to you all, to assist you and guide you in developing your own self-healing practices, to help unify, again, your mind, body, and soul, so that you can really feel and be in your wholeness and undivided in that. And so I am introducing one of the services that I have newly introduced into Moon Goddess and the Healing Arts, where it is called so the personal reading is called your I'll say this: I have curated a Galactic Profile Chart. And that chart basically gives you the whole layout of what your purpose is, the path that you're on, as well as what your mission is in life. And it has a lot more details within that, and as well, that will be highly beneficial to diving into, receiving more insights about, again, your purpose and what you're here to do and how to get it done. And also, I have a cosmic oracle reading of evolution, for which I call the C.O.R.E readings. And these are readings that helps you to get familiar with your galactic energetic signature. And so on these sessions that I'm doing for the collective, that will be a collective core reading. However, you can definitely reach out to me to receive your own personal core reading, or you could get a full Galactic Profile Chart reading, which I'll break everything down for you. And yeah, and it'll help. When you book a reading with me one-on-one, that'll help me, or we can, when you book a one-on-one reading with me, we can definitely take some time to look at how it may apply to certain experiences that you are having and some of the things that you're going through in life. And so, with this session, I do want to get into the collective cosmic oracle reading of evolution. And I do have my contact information here posted, and it will also be in the description of the YouTube video. However, my website is moongoddesstarot.com. You can also follow me on Instagram, which I have that posted up here as well. I have Facebook, which is Moon Goddess and the Healing Arts, and then my YouTube is Moon Goddess Ambrosia. So these are the different resources or platforms that I am currently on, and you can reach out to me on any of those for more information, and also to get your galactic signature. So so I will say this: you can contact me for free for me to tell you what your galactic signature is. However, if you want me to go into detail and break it down for you, that's where you would book a core reading or a galactic profile chart reading. And so I definitely want to make sure that everyone has their kin number, so that you can start looking into the cosmology for yourself. Um, and yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say in regards to that piece of the introduction. And one thing I will say too is that if you want to, learn more about the cosmology in itself, like from a basic standpoint, I do facilitate the new kin orientation sessions on every Thursday through the Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment. So I will be posting information about that. It's I always It's always posted on my Instagram, so that is a great way to receive that, to stay updated in regards to that. I will post a link in the description of this video for that. What else I want to say? So I would highly recommend coming out to the New Kent orientation session. Again, that's every Thursday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I also encourage you all to come out to the Aligning with the Cycle sessions, which is facilitated through Mimic, or Melanated Immortals Making Evolutionary Changes. And currently that session is every Friday at 7:30 a.m. So I feel like those are two great introductory free sessions that you all can come on. However, if you are ready to dive on into the study, I highly recommend registering for the spring semester Law of Time 100 course. So you do have a couple of options. Again, feel free to contact me for more information, and we'll get you squared away. We'll talk about it. And so with all of that, I want to go ahead and get into the collective cosmic oracle reading of evolution. And so I'm trying to think if it was anything else. Oh, so I would like to start by saying my affirmation. When my kin number is kin 181, the red crystal dragon. And so all of the kin comes with the affirmation. So I like to say mine to bring myself into vibrational alignment so I can get grounded and focus on my purpose and my energy within myself, right? So I'm going to go ahead and say my affirmation. So I am Moon Goddess Ambrosia, the Fifth Force Oracle. I am kin 181, the red crystal dragon. and I dedicate in order to nurture. Universalizing being, I seal the input of birth with the crystal tone of cooperation. I am guided by the power of space. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe, yo. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and get into the cosmic oracle reading of evolution. This is based off of the law of time concepts, and it's also integrated with the 13 moon calendar. And so through the law of time, they have based on I'll get into that on the next slide, but when we look at the cosmology, each archetype comes with the Destiny Kin Oracle. And so this Destiny Kin Oracle provides us with a 5-dimensional template that helps us to sustain the synchronization of our energy as multidimensional beings. So what that means is that, when it's talking about us having a 5-dimensional template that consists of our soul, our emotions, our mental, our physical, as well as how we're being spiritually guided to evolve and to, take certain actions and steps in life. And so when we are able to synchronize all of our energy, it helps us to be in that undivided wholeness. It helps us to bloom as a flower. And so this is a picture of the oracle board, which has the basic template for all of the 20 archetypes within the cosmology. So for example, one of the first archetype is the red dragon. And so depending on what your signature is, you'll be able to identify the basic components of your destiny oracle from looking at this oracle board. And so for me, what has helped me to, or what I like to think about when it comes to this cosmology is envisioning myself as an astronaut or just some type of traveler. So the energy within inside of me or within inside of us, that is the driver. The energy is what drives us to live. And so in order to to really utilize our body, we need that energy. And so our body in itself is like the vehicle, it's the car, it's the spaceship. And so when we are able to get our internal energy flow in alignment and everything is balanced and working out, now we know how to navigate through our experiences. And so, for example, when we are looking at the oracle board, there are you can see 5 different archetypes within the destiny, you will see 5 different placements within the destiny oracle that will correspond to one of the 5-dimensional aspects of ourselves. And so we're actually going to get into that in a few seconds here when we get into the oracle reading. However, I just wanted to give you that basic overview as to how this all ties together and why we want to be aware of it. And so within the law of time and the 13 moon calendar, I wanted to show this image just so you can get an idea of how this all comes together. And again, I highly recommend coming out to the New Kin orientation session, because this is where we actually have more time to dive into the basics of the cosmology in itself. However, from looking at this and in this time space that we have, the cosmology consists of 13 galactic tones and 20 solar seals or archetypes. So I'll start by talking about the 20 solar seals. These are 20 creative power or creative energy powers. So these are, you may also see it as 20 dynamic frequencies of light. You may see it in or hear it in that format. So just think about how we get energy from the sun and how it gives us life, or how energy from the sun helps flowers bloom. By us tapping into the different archetypes, it helps us to do, it's the same thing, just like the actual sun. And so then there are the 13 galactic frequency tones, which these 20 archetypes vibrate on. So it's one thing to have the energy, but the vibration of the energy is what gets the energy moving. So we have 13 galactic tones of those that helps to facilitate the evolution and creation process that archetype or energy is here to produce. And so when we take 13 times 20, that equates to the 260 archetypes within the Zocan calendar. And so that is the image down on the bottom left, which is called the harmonic module, aka the Zocan 260-day calendar. And so the reason that I'm also doing this video is because we are on the first kin out of the 260. So we are beginning a whole new cycle of evolution, a whole new cycle of creation. And so I'm really excited to, get on into this oracle reading. So we're going to go ahead and start shifting into that direction now. Actually, before I get into that, the 13 moon calendar. So when we look at the 13 moon calendar, that is the image right on the bottom right. Um, the 13 moon calendar means that there are 13 moons, or it's kind of like saying 13 months. But there are 13 moons that each correspond to one of those galactic frequency tones. And so what I love about this cosmology and, following along with the law of time is that each moon presents us with a question that helps us to be more structured and have a intention for what we're going to do during that moon. Versus the Gregorian calendar, it doesn't really do that. It's all about knowing which dates you can spend money on and when you're going to get paid and all of those things. Now, nothing is wrong with that. It's just that sometimes when we get caught up in that motion, it could cause different it could cause us to feel disharmonious with ourselves and in the natural cycles, because a lot of the time if we get caught up in in everyday life, sometimes we don't really get to honor ourselves and dive into our creative arts and do a lot of those things that we feel called in our heart and spirits to do. So this cosmology helps to integrate both aspects so that we can hone in on being the true version of ourselves, while still being involved in humanity, right? And it also brings us and produces more harmony within ourselves and with each other. And so with all of that, these are the basic concepts that we will be, or that I have integrated within my services. And like I said, in my personal life, that has helped me to get to where I am now. And so I'm here to share this with you all by going into this cosmic oracle reading. And so to give an overview of where we are in the cycle, because I want to prepare us to think about, I want us to be aware of the cycles that we're evolving through right now. So right now we are in the galactic year of Kin 19, which is the blue rhythmic storm. And so throughout this year, beginning on July 26th, and until, July 26th of 2024 up until July 24th of 2025, we are evolving through us being able to tap into the power of self-generating our own energy, being able to catalyze our own energy so that we can stay in balance, as well as be able to have the energy to do everything that we need to do in life. And so what did I want to say? So on, so just like a recap, the 13 moon calendar, it starts on July 26th every year. So that is why, I mentioned that, this is the year that we're in now. So the next cycle that we're going to be moving into will start on July 26th. So I want us to really focus in on what we are seeking to accomplish so that we could prepare for the next cycle that we're going to be entering. So right now, we are focusing on balancing our ability to catalyze our own energy so that we can, stay empowered and stay stay in balance. You know what I'm saying? We want to keep our energy in balance in mind, body, and soul. So that is the year that we are currently evolving through. And then in regards to the moon that we are in the ninth moon, which is the solar Jaguar moon. And the solar Jaguar moon presents the question, how can I attain my purpose? So this is a great time to meditate on what your purpose is, gaining more clarity of your purpose, and really um, how to get into operating on your purpose. So throughout this moon, this is what we're meditating on. And I want you to keep these things in mind as we continue, with this session. What else I wanted to say? And I think that's about it for now. That's about it for now. So that's just an overview of where we are according to the year that we're in and the moon that we're on. And since we are beginning a new 260 spin cycle, we also have, how would I want to say it? We are also focusing on attracting who we are being so that we can inspire the life that we see ourselves living. And so when we get into the oracle reading, this is the first stage of going through that process of, tapping into ourselves and being present within ourselves so that we can inspire the lifestyle that we want and really channel and attune, or I'll say connect with that. And so I will present a soul assignment towards the end after we get through the oracle reading. And so may that all the information that I have shared thus far um, was very informative. And we're actually going to get right onto the oracle reading for this plasma. And so we are now in the first wave spell of the 260. A wave spell consists of 13 archetypes that all facilitate a particular mission. So with us being in the first wave spell, which is the Red Dragon's wave spell, we are tapping into our power of birth, the purpose of why we are here, so that we can nurture our being, ourselves, and transcend through wakefulness. So just think of it as a great way to tap into what I'm referring to is like just sitting there with your eyes closed and being aware of yourself within your body. So the energy, just like the spaceship or the astronaut example, this wave spell is the astronaut getting in the car. Like we're not driving or anything yet. The astronaut just is going to just be in the car. So this would be similar to, you driving. Before you start driving the car, you want to make sure that your car is good. You want to make sure you got gas. You want to make sure everything is straight with your car before you start moving it. And this is the wave spell that we're in that's helping us to facilitate that within ourselves. We want to be present within our own existence, right? And so every archetype also comes with its own affirmation. So I am going to read the affirmation for the red magnetic dragon, which is starting off this wave spell and starting off this new 260 cycle. And so the affirmation reads, I unify in order to nurture, attracting being. I seal the input of birth with the magnetic tone of purpose. I am guided by my own power doubled. I am a galactic activation portal. Enter me. So let's take a few moments to really ponder on what this means. So we are unifying the power of our birth. We want to be fully aware, like, okay, the reason why I exist in this form is because I have a purpose. So bringing ourselves to that awareness in itself helps us to nurture and, really honor the fact that we have this body, because we could, it's energy out in this world that just out here floating around, but then the energy also wants to be in the body, right? So let's honor or take this opportunity to nurture ourselves, make sure that we're eating right, make sure that we're getting proper rest. And, we want to nurture our existence because, this is our home. This is our body is our first home. So we are attracting our own beingness just by, making sure that we're nurturing ourselves. And so when we do that, we lock in the input or the purpose of our birth. And what I wanted to say. So yeah, we're locking in the purpose of our birth. So remember when I was talking about the 20 archetypes and the 13 tones? The archetype for us on this plasma is the red dragon. Now the tone is the magnetic tone. So again, when you stay as you come onto the new kin orientations and continue to um, tap in with me on these recordings or on these videos, you'll start to, understand it more and understand it more for yourself as well. And I'll be able to, explain that to you. But, or however, what I wanted to say is that today the central energy or the frequency or the central frequency that we're focusing on is that magnetic tone. So, we already talked about, nurturing ourselves and our purpose. However, this magnetic tone is bringing it in for us to bring all of our, or to attract all of our energy and put it all together. So this is why you'll see when we get to the soul assignment, but, and actually I'm gonna pause on that. So I got a soul assignment and I'm going to bring back up this magnetic tone with the soul assignment. So we're going to pause on that real quick. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into the oracle reading. So this is the Destiny Oracle for Kin 1. Here in the center is the focus that we have, which we talked about on the previous slide. Our focus is on attracting our being so that we can nurture the purpose of our birth. And above that, we have the position of the spirit guide. So think of it as, again, like you've been in a car. Once the driver gets in the car, now you got to be like, okay, now what do I want to do? So before you even get moving in the car, you start thinking about, okay, what do I want to attract? Where do I want to go? Who do I want to be, right? Or how do I want to show up in my experience? And so that's the GPS for us. As we nurture ourselves and pay attention to how we feel and how we think and the different decisions that we're making, it helps us to navigate better in our experience, or it helps to give us a more natural and organic and authentic way of taking certain actions, if that makes sense. I feel like it makes sense. So may that makes sense. And so then when we look down below, that is the position of the emotional body. This is where we get the gas for our car for us to move and take action. So the kin that we have in this position is the yellow cosmic sun, which is kin 260. So yesterday was the yellow cosmic sun. So I find that it's so dope that yesterday's energy is the fuel for us to take action within this new cycle. And so when it comes to the yellow cosmic sun, what this is referring to is encouraging us to take flight in our life, take our life to the next level, to stay enlightened and really tap into where we are passionate about. So it says transcending life to enlighten universal fire. That means we're giving life to our passion. So as we grow, that's a synchronicity. As we grow and go through this 260 cycle, I want you to pay attention to how you feel about life. The whole point of us being here is not to just work ourselves to death. We actually want, we're meant to experience joy, prosperity, abundance, and all good things, right? So how can we enlighten our lives? So on today, as you pay attention to your emotions, think about, okay, how can I, how can I live more vibrantly? How can I just feel good, like how the sun makes me feel. And I'm just speaking from personal example. So when I'm in the sun, I love the sun's warmth, and it like motivates me, and it just makes me feel good, right? Versus when I'm cold, I just don't really want to move. I'm just like, but the sun energy just gives me the spark of life. So it's the same thing with the yellow cosmic sun. How can we give our life that spark and take flight in that? When we sit and ground in that energy and really meditate on it, it definitely can bring through um, some transformative energy for us to, live our life differently. And so then on the left, that is the position of the mental body. The mental body is basically there to strengthen our mindset to overcome challenges. So on this plasma, the kin that we have there is the blue magnetic monkey. And this is our ability to attract the illusions and play with our magic. So I'm going to explain it like this. Attracting illusion. So illusions are anything that can change. So for example, our physical body is basically illusion, because we can gain weight, we can lose weight. Growing up, first we was little, then we got big. You know what I'm saying? So anything that can change is basically what I refer to as an illusion, because the true nature of who we are is our spiritual and soul essence. And our body is just the character. So when I think about illusions, I'm thinking about, like, even in the movies, like the character that they're playing in the movie is not who they are in their real life a lot of the time. So it's the same thing with us. Sometimes we'll show up in different environments, and like, so for example, when you're at work may be different than when you're hanging out with your friends. You know what I'm saying? So the different illusions can change. However, what we're focusing on today is being ourselves. So it's saying, how can we attract the true version of ourselves and let go of the false version of ourselves? And so in order for us to get into the motion of that, we get to play with our magic. And I know hearing magic can feel like, ooh, to some people. However, I explain magic as being able to take something intangible and make it real. So that's just like drawing a picture. Like, you can have a vision in your mind of the picture that you want and then be able to draw it. That's magic. The fact that we have computers and Wi-Fi and all these different things around us. It first started off as a idea, and then boom, it's here. That's magic too. So a lot of the experiences that we're having, that's us tapping into the power of our magic to create it, to take it from one form to the next. And so in regards to what we're focusing on today, remember I was talking about us enlightening our lives. So as we're going throughout the day, pay attention to the different illusions and the different things that you do that's not a reflection of how you truly are as a person. And so this is also going to help you to overcome different challenges by, one, being aware that, okay, in these type of environments, I'm not really acting like my true self. So how can I be my true self, be my true, loving, joyful self, and the way that I see myself being in these different environments? That is what the mental body is helping us to be aware of today. And so then over on the right, we have the white magnetic mirror. Now, this is in the position of our physical body. This is our physical body that's supporting all of the energy that we went through and talked about on the other side of, the Destiny Oracle. So just a quick recap. The car, or the driver, is focused on nurturing our being. So we're checking out the car. Second, we are thinking about, okay, where do I want to go? I want to go nurture myself. So, all right, boom, I already know that I'm going to go nurture myself. So emotionally, it's like, okay, now what type of things can I do to nurture myself that's going to give me that spark of life? Then boom, we get to the mental body of, okay, now that I want to go go hang out at the park or go work out or go get my nails done. Now, mentally, it's like, okay, how can I put myself in those positions? Like, I already got the idea that I want to do all of these different things. Now, let me tap into my magic and make it happen. Let me overcome whatever whatever may be blocking us from taking those actions. Like, is when you get up and make the decision, like, okay, I'm going to put on my clothes, I'm about to head out, and this is what I'm going to do, right? So we're attracting the true nature of who we are through our physical illusion, right? So then when we get to the physical body, we are attracting the order to reflect our endlessness. And so what that means is, like, the order of steps that we need to take to reflect how endless our spirit is. And one thing that stands out for me when I speak on this is the fact that everything we see, do, and observe is a reflection of ourselves. So this is why it's important to think about the order of how you do things, because you want all of those reflections to align with who you truly are. So it's like, say that you set the intention to go to the grocery store. Now, if you making all these different stops and you ain't making your way to the grocery store, you're not really reflecting the order of what you said you was going to do. So, like, say again, like, say you going to the grocery store, but whole time you over there, like, you know, doing other stuff other than going to the grocery store. You stopping at the mall, you going out to eat, like, you doing all of those different things that's not in alignment with the intention that on the purpose that you set for getting into the car. You said you was going to go to the grocery store, so why are you at the mall? So we want to get into attracting the right order, or to attract the order that's going to reflect the purpose that we set for ourselves. Just like if we see, just like if it's just like we want to express who we are, we want to be ourselves, we got to stop doing things that does not reflect who we are. This is the purpose of us being on this kin today, is to reflect who we to reflect the person that we say that we are. And so this is how we can use this destiny oracle to help, solidify our awareness within ourselves, so that we can create a different experience for ourselves, so that we can really evolve in a different direction and, live a more enlightened life, right? So with all of that, that basically includes the oracle reading. One thing that I will say is, there are different ways that you can look at the Destiny Oracle. The way that I did it is my favorite way to do it, because it just gives a whole overview of how all of the different elements flow. However, if you recognize that when it comes to, like, for example, using today, when it comes to nurturing yourself, are you experiencing challenges in knowing how to nurture yourself? If that's the case, you can look at, you could go back and listen to the replay of what I said about the mental body, or the blue magnetic monkey, or if you're having some challenges, you could refer back to the blue magnetic monkey aspect of it, or the mental body aspect of it. If you are at peace in your mind about how to nurture yourself, you just don't know what exactly to do, then you could look at your emotional body, or the kin in the emotional body, because that's the fuel that's going to give us the energy to take the action. So if you want more insight of how you can nurture yourself, allow yourself to be in your feelings, get in your energy, like, or be attuned to your emotions, like, recognize what things that you're doing that doesn't make you feel alive, or give you joy, and make you feel like yourself, right? Say you know those things, but you don't know what direction to take. Boom, the direction you're taking is just being aware of, you want to keep doing the things that nurture yourself, right? And then last but not least, just being mindful of, like, how to support the different ideas that you have in mind to nurture yourself. To motivate you to actually support that, you got to take physical action by And that's where you could look at the physical body. And so with all of that, that again concludes the Destiny Oracle or the Cosmic Oracle reading for us on Kin 1. And so this brings us to our soul assignment for today. So over the next 4 plasmas, I will be presenting 4 different assignments. Today, I'm only going to talk about the assignment for today, but however, I highly encourage you to follow me on Instagram. I will post the next 3 assignments that I am going to give you all until I come back for the next core reading here. So it's going to be a set of 4 assignments. Today's assignment will be to practice being present by observing yourself from moment to moment. I want you to observe the way that you think, how you feel, as well as the decisions that you make throughout the day. Now, the question that I encourage you all to reflect on and journal about, as well as, record your insights, is if you were to shift or change any of those elements or aspects to improve your life experiences, what would you change? That is the main assignment, or that is the main focus that I want you to really ponder on and meditate on, because this ties into everything that I was saying about the Destiny Oracle. By recognizing, that, the way that we think, feel, and do things aren't really in alignment with how we heart knowingly see ourselves, that's a great starting point to make certain shifts and to evolve in the way that we are reflecting who we are. And so as you sit and meditate on this energy, do your soul assignments, just, you have this video to go back and listen to, because it's time for us to really evolve and make some different shifts in our lives and allow ourselves to be authentically ourselves, while also being able to contribute to society in a way that brings us all more into harmony. It is possible. We don't have to always compete with one another and get into karma, trauma, and drama. We ain't got to do all of that. It just really takes a matter of us being present within ourselves and knowing that we all came here with a purpose, and that we're also pieces of the puzzle for someone else, or collectively we are pieces of the puzzle. We are all interconnected in some form or fashion. So that is our soul assignment. And with all of that, that concludes our session for today. And so I send you all peace, love, light, the highest of the highest vibrations. Before I leave off of here, this is my information as far as pricings when it comes to receiving your personal cosmic oracle reading of evolution. That is currently $50. If you want the full galactic profile chart reading, that is $90. And I also have a synchrononaut navigation map, which is $90, where we will sit down and, lay out the format of what you're seeking to evolve through right now. Usually for that, I would recommend for people that are more advanced in the cosmology. However, if you are interested in that as well, then I will highly suggest that you register for the full galactic profile chart and synchrononaut navigation map package, and that would be $206. When you have the package, that's a coaching service for over that's valid for 6 months, and you get to save a few dollars if you go that route. And everything would be all incorporated if you go the package route. However, if you just want to start getting familiar with your galactic signature or your signature energy, then I highly recommend the personal core reading or the galactic profile chart reading. And so when we get into the galactic profile chart reading, that is meant to help stabilize your energy. It helps you to remember or get to know more information about what your personal life path journey is and how to integrate your frequency into your human experience. And then last but not least, it helps you to remember your mission and your purpose so that you can creatively activate your frequency and be in an alignment so that you can fulfill your endeavors here on earth. And so these are some great options that I highly recommend. Feel free to reach out to me at moongoddess@synchronistichuman.com, as well as booking a reader with me or a meet and greet with me on at my website at moongoddesstarot.com. You can also message me on Instagram or on Facebook. And, if you are not in position to book a reading, still reach out to me so that I can make sure that you have your galactic signature and affirmation. And I think that's my main point. I really, really, really want to make sure you get your affirmation, you have your kin number. And so with all of that, check out the links in the description. Also, subscribe to my channel because we're really about to take flight in all of this. So I would love for you to stay updated with the readings that I will be doing over this 260 spin. And I'll see y'all on the next video, or I'll talk to you all in the next video, and or see you at the new Kent orientation or aligning with the cycle session. And so I see you all. Peace, love, light, the highest of the highest vibrations. And I'll say, in Lakesh Allah Ken, may that you enjoy your creation in every single moment of now. So with love and gratitude, I am now signing off. Moon Goddess Ambrosia, the fifth force oracle of Moon Goddess and the healing arts. Peace.